Dragon was running from the center of the island towards escape with the two twins of Garling on his arms.
Oh my god! Wow!
Bro, this dude is so compassionate. This is why he's my goat. Like, he's telling the little boys to hang in there as he tries to ascertain where the marine ships have gone. And this dude Shamrock looks so angry for no reason. Like, what are you angry for? Are you angry that the culling games have been stopped? Are you angry that you can't beat up a slave right now as a goddamn toddler? Like, you were born yesterday, bro. Yesterday. But just as escape was close, a holy knight spots Dragon. She just thinks it's a normie ass marine with a bundle on his arm. So she fires a whole laser beam through my goat. Bro, what is wrong with you? You don't even know who that is. You just shot a laser beam through Monkey D. Garp's son. What is wrong with these people? Dragon screams in agony, dropping both Shanks and Shamrock onto the ground. Looks like this god's knight named Maffei from the Satchel family was asked to find Garling's twins as the chaos mounted, with this laser beam reminding me a lot of the Pacifista beams, which are based on Kizaru's lasers. I wonder if Maffei might have been the previous user of the Pika Pika no Mi, since hurting my goat Dragon would of course mean your days are numbered. Plus, her being the first one to find the kids might be due to the speed the light fruit gives you. Maffei grabs Shamrock from the ground. She is massive in comparison to Dragon, likely because she has Oni blood within her, as she reminds me a lot of Black Maria. She's surprised that a prick like Garling could even have kids, which suggests that even among the God's Knights, Garling is a total menace. Like, he's a next level scum. She also finds it strange that this random marine kidnapped the kids. It seems like she doesn't know who Dragon's father is. It makes sense though, since the God's Knights are an organization based in Marie Joie, and at this time, Garp isn't even known as the hero. He is just a vice admiral who loves chasing after Roger. She raises her sword to end Dragon's life, and in that instant, my goat looks broken. Learning the truth about the celestial hunt already shattered him last chapter. He's not like the monsters who designed it, yet he still helped the machine run. He tranquilized civilians under a fake training exercise, and the pretense made it easier to obey. The marine organization Dragon believed in was nothing but a force serving the evils known as the Celestial Dragons. He not only saw the darkest nature of the world, but even participated in it. Because of that, when he looks at Shanks and Shamrock, he does not look for mercy. He looks for a way to atone. Even with the blade falling, he believes he deserves it, as he is a criminal in Dragon's eyes. However, the scene is not only about punishment, it is about what a person does after a moral injury, which occurs when you do, witness, or feel forced to be a part of something that violates your deepest sense of right and wrong. Dragon knows that ignorance does not erase his responsibility, and intention does not cancel effect. He hurt these innocent civilians using his tranquilizer. He turned into the very marauding pirates he became a marine to defeat. Should he cling to the value of justice the marines wear on their back and tell himself the ends will justify the means like Akainu? Basically, the Celestials are necessary evil to give order to the world. Otherwise, the chaotic pirates would run things and that would hurt even more people. Or does Dragon just accept that he became a means for someone else's evil and cut himself free from this burden, which would be the easiest option? However, he is my goat for a reason, so Dragon does not argue with his conscience. Instead, he places all value on saving the children in front of him, who represent the future. Saving children in One Piece means it is a bet on the future, but it is also a refusal to let the past write every chapter that follows. Shanks and Shamrock come from Garling, one of the worst Celestials, but Dragon can liberate them from their dark fate. Just like how evil spreads because ordinary people perform small tasks that add up to catastrophe, good begins when a person accepts that guilt and still chooses to protect life anyway. In that sense, Dragon is not seeking absolution from his crime, he is choosing a new burden, opting to live with what he did and spend the rest of his life paving forward a different outcome. That is why he stakes everything on the two kids in the crossfire. He cannot change yesterday, but Dragon can change who gets to have a tomorrow. Because if Shanks and Shamrock live, the world gains two witnesses who may grow into people that break the cycle he once oiled. This is the first act of a man reborn. The first acts of a revolutionary who is conscious of the broken system and fights for the future. That is a core belief of the army Dragon would later create. And Dragon's first act would be to liberate Shanks and Shamrock from their father. The Freedom Fighters and Revolutionary Army is the form that Dragon's atonement for God Valley takes in the future. Garp tries to reform from within by training recruits like Kobe to honor his justice rather than the Celestials' justice. Dragon accepts and has realized through the God Valley incident how he was tricked, that the uniform of the Marines itself bent him towards obedience to the Celestials, so he steps outside of it. As a result, father and son's paths are like two kinds of courage to change the world. Luckily for the deadbeat agenda, Dragon doesn't die here, because he is saved by none other than Whitebeard. This monster slices up the whole forest, including Saint Maffy. She is literally cut in half. But of course, we know the God's Knights have regeneration power, so she isn't actually dead. Someone who could have died though is Linlin. She is mad at Whitebeard for using such an attack while she was in range. Turns out that it's not just Roger and Rock's pirates who showed up at God Valley, but other crews were also informed of the prizes that could be found here, so they are all teaming up against the Rock's pirates to gain infamy. Meanwhile, my goat Dragon is on the ground looking like a pipsqueak as he watches the biggest mother in One Piece and the father of all fathers, Whitebeard, in front of him, something Dragon could never even dream of becoming, as his fate is sealed forever as a deadbeat. He is in awe of their power, because remember, Dragon is 17 years old here, a new Marine recruit. It's a miracle and a testament to his durability that he survived a God's Knight's point-blank attack.
2,000 years later.
But this paneling by Oda was by no mistake. This showcases to us how Dragon firsthand witnessed the pinnacle of power in the One Piece world, especially the God's Knights. This is the reason he waited patiently for nearly 4 decades to finally strike Marie Joie, gathering power to dismantle the Celestials once and for all. Dragon didn't just see Big Mom and Whitebeard though, as Shiki and Kaido aren't that far off. While they battle against the hordes of pirates in an epic double spread, Dragon uses this chaos to slip away. However, he has lost Shamrock to Maffei, who has already healed from Whitebeard's strike. On the ground though, Dragon picks up Shanks, who has hit his head like Goku. Maybe that's why bro didn't turn out like his brother. But honestly, in my eyes, Oda's message with the brothers is more about the upbringing they each had, which caused them to be totally different people. As Dragon grabs Shanks and looks to run away, his father Garp notices the massive battle and rushes towards the big catch he has just spotted. He makes Big Mom, Kaido, and Whitebeard run away from him, cause they don't want the Monkey D Garp smoke.